This is a comprehensive video with smell recovery tips and techniques for those suffering from loss of smell or smelling disorder. My name is Doreen, and I am a perfumer with a loss of smell, yogini, and self-professed weird girl. This video looks at smell recovery through 4 different ways: smell training, supplements and diet, holistic therapy, and ritual and magic. Let's start with smell training. In studies, smell training has shown to be quite effective in helping to regain a lost sense of smell. So what is it? In the show notes, I've linked up videos and articles with simple and concise directions for smell training. Be sure to check those out. Here I want to offer some additional tips and techniques for a perfumer yogini perspective. Basically, smell training is retraining your brain to learn to smell again. For the practice of smell training, you will want to have 4 essential oils to start with. How about rose, eucalyptus, clove, and lemon? You'll also want to have a selection of bottles. I use bottles that I've recycled from the kitchen. As you can see, I have a lot of different scents going on here. But you are welcome to stick to the 4 that we mentioned before. Keep it simple, right? Here's a good bottle, a nice small one, and not too big. Sometimes the bigger ones, the scent tends to get too dispersed, and I also found that these little ball bottles worked very well. You're also going to need some cotton puffs, scent strips, or watercolor papers, and droppers. It's super simple. You just take the cotton puffs or the scent strips, put them inside the bottle, and saturate them with the essential oil. Ta-da! You can also just use a plastic bag and put your scent strip or cotton puff in there. I find these are good for if you're going to be gone for the day and you want to do some scenting, or if you just don't have enough bottles around. There you go. I recommend you label everything. Don't make this a guessing game, at least not for now. It gets really hard to try to figure out what the scents are when you can't smell, and then it gets depressing and you cry, and you don't want to be crying while you're doing smell training. Okay, so before you begin a smell training session, you want to get yourself in the right mindset and the right body set. So either do some meditation, maybe a little gratitude journaling so that you feel positive and receptive. Perhaps you might want to clear out your nasal passages, your sinuses with a nasal rinse. You can add some vitamin A in that, more on that later. Next, get your bottles set up. You can start with the 4 fragrances that we mentioned earlier, or if you feel ready to, you can add some additional fragrances. As time went on and I felt more comfortable with the 4 initial fragrances, I started adding in other fragrances. I used my fragrance wheel to kind of make a pattern around the wheel. This fragrance wheel shows different types of fragrances from different families, and I tried to make a selection that would be all around the wheel, so I would be experiencing different fragrance types on different days, and I'd usually use those for about 6 to 7 days and interchange them as I felt comfortable with that. After prepping the bottles and before you begin sniffing, especially for the first session of the day, do a little breathing and a vagal nerve reset. In the show notes, you'll find instructional videos on how to do the vagal nerve reset and also the various breathing exercises that I'm demonstrating here. I start with 1 round of a Wim Hof breath, and if you're only going to do one kind of breath, I really recommend this one. Next, I move to a Kapalabhati, the shining skull breath, followed by Kumbhaka and a round of Uddiyana. Do this on both sides. As you see, I have my leg crossed. You'll cross up your opposite leg and repeat. I And yeah, don't forget this is supposed to be relaxing, so remember to relax, especially on exhale, and you'll use this later in your smell training. Finish up with a couple rounds of Chandra Vedana. Excuse my pronunciation. This is a left nostril breathing. The breaths are of equal count, and you will want to whisper words of gratitude to your subconscious. Thank you, nose. I love you, nose. I love my sense of smell. I'm grateful. One more little trick is forward folding. Get the blood moving up into your head and your brain. So you can just do a simple bent knee, forward fold, relax your neck, gently rest your hands on the base of your skull. Hello, Troy. And release all the tension in your neck. Get the blood up into your head. Other yoga poses that will be helpful are dolphin pose and downward facing dog. If you're up for a full-on inversion, do a headstand, handstand, forearm balance. What works for you? Finally, let's start our smell training. Here we go. Select a fragrance, open the jar, and take about 5 to 10 short, gentle sniffs. Don't take a big inhale, just short, gentle sniffs. Exhale, relax your body, and then repeat 5 to 10 short, gentle sniffs. I like to sniff some coffee beans in between. Some people really don't like the smell of coffee beans when they're recovering with a smell disorder, so if you don't like it, skip it. After this first sniffing, you'll want to take a little break, let your nose relax a bit, maybe do some forward folding. This will help you move on to the next scent. Take about a minute in between scents and then return until you've done all of your fragrances, 4 or 7, how many you have. If forward folding makes you dizzy and you're uncomfortable with that, you could try doing some standing balancing poses. Here I'm doing a little tree pose. Standing balancing poses will help you calm your mind and your central nervous system. If balancing is too hard, just get a chair and use that. Pro tips when you really can't smell anything at all. This is an aromatherapy inhaler. One usually holds these about an inch from your nose, but I found when I really couldn't smell something, I'd put it right up my nose, which I am not going to demonstrate for you how I stuck it up my nose, but that's what I did, and it really helped. Another tip is to spray your hair. You can also put the essential oils right onto your hair, and I would actually do this during the day to help me smell my perfumes. A review and some more pro tips. Number 1, assemble 4 or more scents. Number 2, gratitude journal, meditate, breathing exercises, and go upside down. Number 3, select 1 fragrance. Here's a tip. Create an image in your mind's eye of the scent, or even a card with a picture of it to look at. Also connect with a memory related to this scent. Take 5 to 10 short, gentle sniffs on inhale. Exhale and relax. Pause. Take another 5 to 10 sniffs, moving your head around to activate different parts of the inside of your nose. Number 4, take a break for about 1 minute. Invert or do standing poses. Number 5, repeat this process with all of your scents. Last one, do this 2 to 3 times a day, every day. On the second round, take a more casual approach and skip all the prep. Just work it in your daily routine. Also try smell training at different times of the day. Your nostril switches dominance during the day, and you want to hit both of them. Switch out the fragrances as desired. Not kidding here, let's check out how my dog Missy, the expert nose, does her sniffing. Notice how she takes short, gentle sniffs, moving her head around this way and that way, and finally relaxing after her smells. That concludes our smell training. supplements and diet. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. Check with your trusted healer on what you should be taking, how much you should be taking, and when you should be taking it. Here's the list. I'll read them off so you can have a good laugh at my pronunciations. Zinc bisglycinate with quercetin. Take those two together. Alpha lipoic acid. Glutathione. Vitamins K2 and D3. Take these together. NAC. N-acetylcysteine. A B complex. Vitamins B1 and B9. Magnesium. NAD. Nicotinamide riboside. Vitamin A. Vitamin A can be taken into the nose intranasally, either through a nasal rinse or in nasal drops. In the links, you'll find a good way to do a nasal rinse and also a place in the US to purchase vitamin A intranasal drops. They're a little bit hard to get a hold of in the United States, so I included that link down there. Melatonin, and of course, vitamin C. Here is the completed list if you want to grab a screenshot. In the links below, you'll find a lot of videos and articles talking about these various supplements, and I highly suggest you have a look at them. Herbal support. There's probably a lot more that I have not listed here, but this should get you started. Black seed oil, cod liver oil, okay, not really an herb, but more of a herbal support supplement and not a vitamin. Oil of oregano. I was using a spagyric formula from Phoenix Aurelius. Mushrooms, especially lion's mane, but all kinds of mushrooms taken synergistically is best. Curcumin or turmeric, apple cider vinegar, teas of chaga mushroom or pine and fir needles, garlic, a chamomile tea nasal rinse. You can also add your vitamin A right in there. The Herbal Protocol of Stephen Buhner. There is a link up for that in the show notes. It's rather complicated, so just go to his website and check it out. It's linked up below. Herbal steams. If you're not familiar with how to do those, there is a link below. You can do a steam with thyme, oregano, rosemary, sage. There's also a really nice Ayurveda steam listed below. And here is the full list if you would like to grab a screenshot. Again, lots of links in the show notes. Check them out. Food and eating. Okay, so this can be a tough one because a lot of times if you've lost your sense of smell, you've also lost your sense of flavoring and only have taste like salt, sweet, bitter, sour. So be gentle with yourself and just do your best here. So you want to start with a low carb, low sugar diet, organic fruits and vegetables, organic everything. No seed oils. When cooking or putting oils on your salads, use avocado oil, olive oil, or coconut oil. If you eat meat, please consume animal protein that's humanely raised, preferably in a pasture. If you're a vegan or a vegetarian, please avoid those overly processed fake meats that they put together and just eat a lot of vegetables. You could also try eating keto and some intermittent fasting or just general fasting. A lot of good videos on how to do these things are linked up in the show notes. Again, if you're having trouble eating because of everything just smelling bad, this is known as parosmia or phantasmia, go to absent.org and check out what they offer there. They have support groups and a lot of information and suggestions for how to eat when you have loss of smell. There we go. Holistic therapy. Keep a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things every day you're grateful for. Keep yourself in a positive mindset. Be open to miracles. There's so much we don't understand, and people are recovering overnight sometimes without trying to do anything. It's also been shown that there are some people with no olfactory bulbs at all, and they smell just fine. I mean, they can smell just fine. I'm sure they smell delightful. Move your body. Get out in the sunshine. Walk, dance, exercise. Affirmations and meditation. In your meditation, use visualization. See yourself happily smelling the forest or sea air. See your nasal cells healthy and pink. Imagine a flowering tree in your brain with roots growing into your nose. Acupuncture, homeopathy, a chiropractor and related arts, energy healing like Reiki. Crystals and gemstones, stones, red jasper, garnet, tourmaline, hematite are great for healing, and also those dark red stones are related to sense of smell. I would put them right into my fragrance bottles. Here's a lovely string of garnets that appeared in my life at exactly the right time, and of course I went for the crystal quartz. For emotional healing, you can check out these Bach flower remedies, or emotional freedom technique, or the emotion code technique. You can visit an infrared sauna, or you can get one of these light boxes. I used it when I was playing my binaural beats that has an anosmia healing sound recording. That's linked in the show notes. Cranial sacral therapy, or try out one of these neck hammocks that you can use at home. You just hang it on your doorknob and your head will be suspended about an inch or so from the ground, and it helps relieve a lot of the tension that's in your neck and that same vagal nerve reset thing that your body is craving. Friends, this feels so good. You need to really try this one. Other types of therapy include somatic therapy, shamans, cell healing hypnosis, sound therapy, massage. Mostly, you need to connect with beauty. Stay in love with your life. I hope one of these holistic methods will appeal to you. Ritual and magic. This one's as wide open as the universe in your imagination. Don't be shy, universe and the spirits are conspiring in your favor. Asclepius, Mary Magdalene, Bridget, Angel Gabriel, Venus, Durga, Green Tara, the Fairy Queen, Isis. All spirits related to senses, sense of smell, perfume, beauty and healing. Oh, and of course your ancestors. Don't forget them. Offer some gratitude. Water and wine, honey, incense, oils. Offer your voice in poetry and song. Even if it sounds a little silly, go ahead, give it a try. And then make your petition. I was intuitively drawn to Venus, the goddess of beauty, love, pleasures, perfume. I received this gorgeous green bottle which I filled with jasmine and rose. I offered her roses. Her colors are pink and green. I offered her emeralds. Her metal is copper, jade. On Imbolc, we had a stunning snowfall, and I began a novena to Bridget. Although I couldn't always smell them myself, I continued to use oils and perfumes. As one wonderful perfumer advised me, if I applied the perfume to my solar plexus, I would smell it in that way. This beautiful perfume, Rose and Scents from Velvet and Sweet Pea Perfumery. It was a great comfort to me and was one of the first things I actually could smell. Just that method. Beautiful. Thank you, perfumer Lori Stern. From the Fairy Queen herself, I received a special gift of the guidance of a dryad who helped me have miraculous experiences, which that's for another video I will tell you about, I promise. So much gratitude to the Fairy Queen, all the spirits, and thank you to you for watching this video. I hope it's helpful.
Hi there. I just wanted to close with a little fire and some wishes that everyone out there with any kind of smell or taste disorder have a full and speedy recovery. I'm praying for you every day, and I love you and love yourself. Hang in there, and I hope this information was helpful to you. Please share if it is, and yeah, love you. Bye.